very excited for tonight. So I'm just gonna rub some of this all the way around in here, creating a little like seam, so to speak. Just trying to stay right at the edges. Gosh darn it. Because I don't want this going all over the place. Because wherever the solder, wherever this stuff goes is where the solder flows. Right? Where it flows, the solder goes. I hope I did a good enough job there. But just in case, I'm going to pause you and grab a different brush. Hang on. Okay. Just dip my fingers and this solder wire into the rubbing alcohol because you want your metals to be super clean. And gosh darn it, my my little clippers are gone. My my cutters, I don't know where they're at. So I'm having to use a pair that sucks, and it's why it's important to keep all of your tools in one place, and if someone else is borrowing them, make sure they put them back. Maybe just a couple more pieces. I don't know. I'm probably I'm gonna over solder it because I'd rather have too much than not enough, I guess. If I can cut this, gosh darn it. Here we go. All right, let me get myself comfortable. And I'm going to place these where they're going in here accordingly. And I'm going to put this solder on the inside. And I'm putting them right up against the seams. And hopefully it'll all seam together. Oh man, I forgot to turn on my pickle pot. But I don't really need it. All it really does is takes the tarnish off, so I can do that myself with a little sanding. So it's okay. It's okay. Yeah, I'm sure I'm using way too much solder, but again, I'd rather be safe than sorry. Okay, so let's solder it together. I'm gonna heat up the whole thing right now, just, I'm gonna heat up the whole thing, and, oh boy, look at me go. Gosh darn it. And come on, go, go. There we go. All right, the solder flowed. And I'm gonna drop it. And we are gonna put it, we're gonna quench it real quick. It's solid black now, but it's together, so yay to that. And now I'm going to cut around this and clean that up. But at least my solder worked, my fingers are dirty, and yeah, I'm gonna have a beautiful ring in just a minute, so hang on. Alright, so I'm just gonna cut away some of this excess metal. Not all of it, but just some of it. leave a nice border around the whole thing. Little off of this one here, this corner. Not looking for any sort of perfection here, just want a little edge around the whole thing. So if I decide to put like braided work around it or bead work or something like that, I'm not sure where I'm going with it just yet, but just making a little border. Sorry for all the noises. And I think when I put it on the, oh, you're there. When I put it on the grinding wheel, I don't think I'm gonna, where'd that little piece of silver go? I don't want to step on it. I'm barefoot right now. But anywho's, let's get back over here. Let's go back over here. So from here, I think I will just get my my file, and well, see, I could use the grinding wheel, which would probably be way better for you guys, but I'm doing this backwards. Maybe you don't want to hear this noise, so hang on. Okay, so I just kind of filed it. I know you guys didn't want to hear it, but you know, I kind of filed it all the way around, and it's looking pretty rough right about now. But the next step would be, bye, you going? Okay, love you. I'll see you when you get home. I've got to put a shank on there now. I've got to do the shank, and then I'll have myself a ring. Oh, look at that. It looks like a D. Or is that backwards D to you? It's a D to me. There, maybe it's a D to you now. I don't know. I don't know how that works. But yeah, so let me, give me a second. What a pain in the butt. So I couldn't find a ring shank, so I had one of these. It was 3 rings. I cut one off of there and I fashioned it on here just so, but I haven't soldered it down yet. So we're gonna do that right now together. Ooh, it's a little wobbly. I gotta be careful. And, I'm gonna hang on one sec. Rubbing alcohol, cleaning my fingertips, and grabbing some solder wire, which is keeping it clean as well, because one thing you don't want is that dirty. It cannot be dirty. And yet I dropped some of these pebbles in here. I don't know how I did that, but, and gosh darn, where are my proper clippers? this sucks. Oh, I'm just, I'm a little irritated. I can't find, you know, it's important to have the right tools when you're doing something like this. And when you don't have the right tools, things just don't go proper. And I just lost a piece of solder on my shirt. There we go. Okay. So I've got my little pieces of solder. I just did 4 little pieces of solder. And I'm gonna use my Stay Silv again and get a little brush. I just want a small amount. Right down there. Right down there in that seam. Don't want too much. Because wherever this stuff goes is where the solder flows. Okay, that's good. That is good. Probably too much, but that's okay. And I think I always use a little bit too much solder, but that's okay too. I'd rather have too much than not enough, like I said before. Yeah, when I was taught, they used very tiny amounts, but it just never seemed like enough to me. And I'm sure it was. So I'm putting a little piece of solder on either side of that shank. And where's my solder pick? Just gonna push it right up in that seam. And there we go. And I don't want to catch myself on fire. I'm gonna heat the whole thing up. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. Out go the lights. And there we have it. It's attached. And now we have a ring. Oh, look at that. Okay. So for the next step, I'm just going to clean this up. And I need a paper towel. Let's dry it off real quick. I could pickle it, but I'm not gonna. I am not gonna pickle. No pickles today. All I'm gonna do is clean it up with some various size sandpaper. There, all of those. And I'm gonna start with the strongest one, which, oh boy, this one looks pretty good right here. And for this, I can use a orange wood stick or popsicle stick or nail file or whatever. And I'm just gonna sand around everything. I'll use this size, and then I'll use the next size down and the next size down. But you can already see all that tarnish and everything will come off. And back here, I'll just probably use a real light something or other. But yeah, I'm just gonna clean it up a bit, because I'm still not sure if I'm gonna add beading around it, or I don't know yet. We'll figure it out together. How does that sound? And I'm not looking for perfection, because I'm not a perfectionist. Oh, and my tummy is just doing weird things right now. Like, Mama, I need some water. I need water in my belly. And all I have is coffee over here. Yeah, something like that. So let's get back. It's coming along, hang on. To beadwork or not beadwork around is the question. I'm thinking kind of yes, or is it this way? Yeah, I think it's better that way. Maybe. Well, I've decided that this is not working. Still sanding. There's a whole lot of sanding to be done, and then I will buff it at the end, but it's a process. And I just wanted to share with you because I was feeling creative today. And yeah, so give me just a second and we'll have a ring here in a minute. Okay, and I'm still doing it. I'm down to the last one though, which is 2000 grit. 2000 grit. So give me a second. Okay, the last little step here before I get my stone on is polishing it. This is just a little tiny machine I got off of Amazon, but it works great. It wouldn't work great if I was doing much bigger pieces, and actually I've had some problems trying to get it just right, buff it just right, because it is such a small opening there. But I just wanted to share, and you know, like the back here, I probably am not going to get it real shiny because it's not going to fit on the wheel proper. Okay, I think that's good enough because I'm not going for perfection, but there you go, dirty fingers and all. And last but not least, dun, 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 we can mount that sucker. This has an epoxy on the back of this piece of turquoise. I don't know if you can see that because it's a very soft piece of turquoise, or turquoise is very soft. I'm almost contemplating putting something underneath. Hang on one sec. So yeah, I have decided to do it, and I am going to, well, I was gonna draw it on there, but I'm not. I'm just gonna cut around this really closely, and then that'll pop right underneath the stone, acting as just a small amount of cushion. This is an old business card, so just gonna Pop that right in there, like so. Boom. And I'm going to pop this down in here. Please still fit. Oh my gosh. And it might be that I need to open this up a bit. Because after all that sanding and stuff, it just might not fit proper. And come on. Come on. You can do it. Ah, please fit. Okay, I see where it's at. Oh, and my ear is ringing. What does it mean? Come on. You can do this. Without breaking this down. Come on. Open that bezel up just a bit. There we go. Yay! I have a ring. So all I have to do now is just push that bezel down and smooth it out, and bingo, bango, jingo, jango.